How are you doing, math learners? This is your free access YouTube edu creator, Math Teacher Ash, and welcome to the first ever reviewer series in preparation for the Term 1 examination for grade 7 students. Yes, it is our first time because it is also the first time of DepEd to conduct the tri-term calendar. So in this video, we will discuss 50 questions divided into 5 parts, so it would be bite-sized for you to review, my dear math learners. If you are new to the channel, please click the subscribe button and notification bell for you to be updated of these School Clear math videos just like this. So without further ado, let's do this. Alright, so we have here the web application that I just made, and this is like a quiz. So we will answer the questions given to this quiz and hopefully we can get corrected. So now let us start. Question number 1. Which rule correctly applies when adding two rational numbers? Is it divide the two numbers first? Is it multiply the two numbers first? Is it subtract the smaller number from the larger? Or to add rational numbers, use the same rules for adding fractions and decimals? What do you think is the answer? Alright, my dear math learners, we are talking about rule in adding two rational numbers. So basically, when we are talking about adding, so it is very obvious that the correct answer here is the fourth one. Okay, let's check whether we are correct. Alright, easy, right? So now let us go to the next question. A grocery item price at 600 pesos has 12% VAT added to it. How much will be paid in total? Is it 690 pesos? Is it 700 pesos? Is it 672 pesos? Or is it 654 pesos? What do you think? Alright, my dear math learners, in order for us to answer this, what we need to do is just multiply 600 by 12%. And when we say 12%, that is 0.12. So 600 times 0.12, that would be 72. So that will be the added VAT for it. So 600 plus 72, then the correct answer would be 672 pesos. Let us check whether we are correct. Alright, easy, right? Now let us go to question number 3. Between which two consecutive integers does the square root of 75 lie on the number line? Is it 9 and 10? Is it 6 and 7? Is it 7 and 8? Or is it 8 and 9? What do you think is the correct answer? Okay, my dear math learners, square root of 75 is basically not a perfect square. So if we consider the perfect square before 75 and after 75, that would be 64 and 81. So 64 and 81, what are the square root of 64 and 81? Very good, that is 8 and 9. So now let us check whether we are correct. Easy, right? So now let us go to question number 4. What is the sum of the interior angles of a regular dodecagon? 12 sides. Is it A, 1,440 degrees? B, 1,980 degrees? Next is 1,620 degrees? Or 1,800 degrees? Okay, what do you think is the answer? Okay, so in order to solve this, my dear math learners, we need to follow a certain formula. That is n minus 2 times 180, where n is the number of sides. So basically, since we have dodecagon, so that is 12 minus 2, that would give us 10, and 10 times 180, that is 1,800. Let's check whether we are correct. Right, easy, right? So now let us go to question number 5. In the order of operations MDAS, which operation should be performed first when no grouping symbols and exponents are present? Is it addition or subtraction from right to left? Is it addition or subtraction from left to right? Is it multiplication or division from right to left? Or is it multiplication or division from left to right? What do you think is the answer? Okay, so as you can see, my dear math learners, we are talking about MDAS. M stands for multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So we start from left to right. So we have here multiplication and division left to right. Alright, so that would be the correct answer. So multiplication or division from left to right. Let's check whether we are correct. Alright, easy, right, my dear math learners? Now let us go to the next question. Which of the following incorrectly describes the rule for subtracting rational numbers? Is it for the similar or unlike fractions, find the least common multiple of the denominators first before performing the operation? Is it align the decimal points first before performing the operation when subtracting decimal? Next, For similar fractions, copy the denominator and do the said operation in the numerator. Or lastly, we have always subtract the larger number from the smaller. What do you think is the answer? Okay, my dear math learners, we are talking here about incorrectly, meaning from these 4 choices, we will be finding the wrong one. Okay, so basically, the first, the second, and the third options are all correct. Why? Because it is following the correct rule in subtracting rational numbers. The wrong one here is always subtract the larger number from the smaller. That is wrong, my dear math learners, because if you are using irrational numbers, then we are already considering the possibility of negative numbers. So it is not necessarily that we will be using the larger number minus to the smaller number. So let's check whether we are correct. Alright, easy, right? So now let us go to the next question. What is the cube root of 64? Is it 16? Is it 64? Is it 8? Or is it 4? What do you think is the answer? Alright, my dear math learners, this question is very easy because we're talking about cube root. You just find a number multiplied to itself 3 times. So what could be the number multiplied to itself 3 times? The answer would be very good. That is 4. Let's check whether we are correct. Alright, now let us go to question number 8. At a marathon, a runner's speed is calculated at 10.5 kilometers per hour. What is the best interpretation of this answer in a real-life context? Is it he takes 10.5 hours to finish the race? Is it his total distance is 10.5 kilometers? Is it he covers 10.5 kilometers every hour? Or he rests every 10.5 minutes? What do you think is the answer? Okay, so my dear math learners, talking about 10.5 kilometers per hour, this means that in every hour, the taken distance is 10.5 kilometers. That's basically the idea. So that is the third statement. Let's check whether we are correct. Alright, easy, right? So now let us go to question number 9. Which of the following correctly describes a property of a regular polygon? Is it has no fixed number of sides? Is it all of its sides and angles are congruent? Is it has curved sides? Or only its opposite sides are equal? What do you think is the answer? Okay, my dear math learners, talking about the definition of regular polygon, then what we can say is that if you have a regular polygon, all of its sides and all of its angles are congruent. Alright, let's check whether we are correct. Easy, right? So now let us go to question number 10. Which number is located between 2 and 3 on the number line? Is it 1.5? Is it 2.5? Is it 3.5? Or is it 3.75? What do you think is the answer? Okay, my dear math learners, talking about 2 and 3, what is in between them? So basically, higher than 2, but lower than 3. So the correct answer would be very good. That is 2.5. Alright, my dear math learners, congratulations for finishing the first part of our reviewer series. So if you have been enjoying this reviewer, please click the subscribe button and notification bell, as well as share this to your fellow friends, classmates, and schoolmates. Now, you can go to the next video for the part 2.